Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This moment I would like to show you how to read data from database and show it on Flutter table. Before we continue, we must know about this workflow logical thinking. Okay, if you know about this workflow logical thinking, it means you have 50% your job is finished. Make sure it makes sense to your mind, okay? Before we continue this project, I think it's better for us to make a demo project before coding, okay? Now we are going to my script. This is my script, and also this is my virtual device. Okay, if this menu, if we push or click this number 3, this number 2 on the right side, this one, read all, click here. Okay, this is the result. We can see the table, the result table. Okay, this is go to main menu. Okay, and then okay, this is the previous project number 3, major Pareto, yeah, this one. Okay, back to the main menu. Okay, this is my demo project, how to read data from database and show it to the Flutter by using a table, this one. Yeah, Flutter table like this. Okay. Okay, now before we are coding, I think, okay, I stop this. On this moment, we have just 2 files. We stop first debugging. Okay, this is the script. I think it's better for us to delete this one. This is read table. Okay, we delete. And also the other one, this one is a data model. Okay, next I can explain to you how to make a data model and also how to make to create the script, this one. Okay. Back to the material PowerPoint, this one. Okay. Okay. How this block diagram works to make it make sense to your mind. Okay. This is a main menu. If we click here, read all, and then the script go to this file, result read all record table. Okay, on this page, now script will send the link to database and file script on the back end. This is number 2. Okay, on the back end, run the script like this. Select star from the test student. This is a simple database, and then the result will be written to the Flutter. Okay, before we use to show the table, we must convert this JSON data by using data model. Okay, after that, we can show the result on the screen. Okay, next, we have a demo, and next, this is more detail. Okay, this is number 1, this is a Flutter script. Send the link to the backend. Okay, this is mediumistanbul.com. This is my folder, root REST API. This is my script, read all.php. This is authorization. Okay, if we send this link or this file to the backend, okay, on the backend run this script. Okay, the result back to the Flutter. Back data JSON back to the Flutter. Okay, on the Flutter number 3, the JSON data will convert by using data model here. Okay, and then after that, by use data widget, we can run this Flutter script to show the result like this table. Okay, I can show you next. Okay, this is if we have 3 read input like this, 1, 2, 3. So we have, if we have 3 read input, so we, after that, we have 16 possibility project like this. From 1 input, read 1 input to this one 3, yeah, like this, 1, 2, 3, and plus we have update and delete, so become 5. Okay, this is become 5 project. This one become 5. This one become 5. So become altogether 1, 2, 3 become 15 plus 1 add data. So total possibility become 16 here. This is my project today, number 41D, this one. Okay, but now we have 4 read input. This is a read 1 like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. One this read input become 5, 1, 2, 3. This is the output. If input this one, output 1, 2, 3, plus we have make a update and also delete, plus 2, so the equals is 5. Okay, this one become 5, this one become 5, this one become 5, all together become 20, plus 1 add data, so the total possibility become 21, this one. Okay, this is we have running to this time. Okay, now this one, yeah, I have mentioned before. If we click here, run this script backend, okay, and then this run, select start from the student, and then return data JSON to the Flutter. Before we show the result on this virtual device like this table data, we must convert this JSON data by using data model. Okay, this is simple database. Okay, next. Why JSON? And then why we use data model on this project? Okay, the first one, why JSON? The answer is because in backend we have a PHP program, and then in front end we use Flutter script or Flutter project. On this backend and front end knows about the JSON. On PHP knows the JSON, on Flutter knows the JSON. So this is interconnection between PHP and Flutter. We use the JSON because all together knows about the JSON. This is why we use JSON here. Okay, and next, why the data model? Okay, this is JSON on back end, on front end, this is JSON. But data from back end come to front end, this is JSON 2, but on this widget table, we don't know about the JSON data. Just interconnection between PHP and Flutter here. And this Flutter, the first time, just read a records JSON, but all records. On this result table, we use just some of field, not all field, and also the widget table knows about the parameter, Flutter parameter. He don't know about the JSON records, just parameter. So this is the answer why we use data model here, because on the result table we just use some of field and also we use the parameter. We don't use this one JSON. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, this is my table, my database. Okay, but on the screen we just use 4 fields: student ID fields, student name field, major field, and font field. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just use 4 fields, not all fields we use. Okay, this is JSON data. This is JSON data. Yeah, this is my simple database. Run script on the back end. The result is JSON data. JSON data come to Flutter, but on Flutter, before we show the result data on table Flutter, we must convert this JSON to the parameter and then take some of a field to use the result. Okay, now before we are coding, this is more detail from this one. This is how to get data, send this link to the backend, and then the result, the return is JSON data, and then send it to the data model. Data model make a convert from the JSON to the parameter here. This is a field from the database, and then convert to its field. Student ID one field, student name one field, major one field, phone one field. Okay, this is from the record become to its field, and then we use this field to this widget to show the result to table flatter like this. We use this one student ID 1, this one student ID 1. We use the field, not we use the JSON record, just field, parameter field. Student name 1, we use this one, student name 1, and so on. Okay, now we make okay, this is before this one, this is data model for table. This one, the result become a table, and then the previous project we have a data model for chart. The differences between data model table and data model chart just like this. This is a data model chart. This is data model table. This is the differences. We have this block for this data model for chart. Okay, and this one, when we don't need data model. Okay, the answer is if we just convert just one record, yeah, we don't need to make data model. We just directly convert on this Flutter the data JSON to the parameter, but we don't need a special file to convert all data JSON to parameter because we have just one data record here. Okay, now we make coding. Okay, so okay, the first one we must make like this data model, this one. Okay, this data model. Okay, to make this video not too long, I just copy this and then I make explanation. Okay, this is a data model. Copy data model here. Okay, this one data model. Okay, this is data model for table. Because we want to use just four field. This is a field name, a student ID. This is field student name, major, and phone. This one we have 4 field because we want to use 4 fields. So the data model we must use 4 field too. This one, this is a declaration of parameter. Student ID 1, student ID, student name 1, major 1, phone 1. Okay, this is 4 field, and then we make it a converter to convert. This is from JSON, yeah, we convert to this parameter. Okay, from student name, this is a field from database, and then this is a JSON, we convert to student name 1, and so on. Okay, after that, we make a script for, where is it? Oh, this one. To read data from here, okay, we want to make this one script to, if we click here, I think is clear for us. This one, to write this script for trigger data on backend. Okay, on backend we have this one, read all. This is a backend script, yeah, backend script to read data from database. Okay, now we make as usual to make coding Flutter. The first one we use stateless widget st. Okay, this one stateless widget. Okay, this stateless widget. Now we make a name of class result read all record. Result read all record. Okay, this is a class name. And then for stateful widget, click stateful widget, we make a name my widget. You can change by using your word, up to you. Okay, now we make a complete this script. The first one we make return. This one we must import material. Import material. This one. Okay. The first one we make application bar here, the name of project. Okay, we copy this for the video not too long. We copy this stateless widget, yeah, to make application bar here. Okay, this one. Okay, this is to make the application bar. Class stateful my widget. This one. Widget. Okay. This widget, where is it? Widget, my widget, okay. So we have finished to make an application bar here, and next, after that, we make a function to get data from the backend. Okay, this one, where is it? Okay, this one. This is the function to get data from the backend. Get data here. Okay, this one. Because we use HTTP packets from the Flutter, we must import this package. Okay, make this one pubdev. Why too long here? Okay, oh, very slow. HTTP. Okay, this one. Click here and click the installing. Okay, copy this one to the dependencies. Okay, I have copied before like this, pub spec HTTP, this one. Okay, and after that we must copy import package, this one, copy to my project, copy. Okay, HTTP. Okay, after that we must import. Oh, it's too slow. Convert. Convert and one import the import async, this one. Okay, and then this parameter we must declaration first, this one, result, yeah, result. We make declaration for result. Okay, and then data loaded boolean bool equal false, and next error boolean 2 bool equal false. Before we use this false. Why? Oh my god, too slow. Okay, this is a script for get data from the database. This is a trigger the script backend read all like this. Okay, if we check here, this is a select star from the student, and also we can run this script. Yeah. Okay, here we want to see the JSON result like this. Okay, this is a JSON result from the backend if we run this script. Okay, next after that, why this one still red? HTTP. Okay, I think we can clean first. After that, we get the package from the Flutter network. Too slow, the packet, the speed. Why this one? Respond. Convert. Why this still red here? I don't know why this one. Undefined HTTP. Import. Okay, we check this. Import package, copy. Okay, try again. HTTP. Okay, the color, the error will clean. Okay, next. After that, after we get the data, the next is we make a data list, to get data list. Okay, now to make the video not too long, we copy this. And then I make explanation to you. Copy. Data list here. Okay. Because in data list we use a data model, so the data model we must import in the script import. Where is the data model name? This one. Data model table 1. Data model table 1. Data model table 1. Where is it? Data model table 1. This one. Oh, itu too late. Yeah, okay. Get data here. Okay, I think it's better to copy this one to make a marker here. Okay, this one to data list. We see this one because we use the data model to convert the JSON to this parameter. See this one. Student ID 1, this is come from data model. Where is it, data model? This one, data model. This one, student ID 1, and then student name 1. See this one? Student name 1, and so on. Okay? This is we use converter data model to show this result on Flutter table. Okay, after that, this one we make this to show the result on the Flutter table. Copy this one, you can see. Okay, oh why too long, faster, this one. Okay, if data loaded, so the data will show, and if not loaded, we make a circular progress indicator. Okay, this one we can delete. Okay, and then we try to run this script. Moment please. This is take about 1 minute. If after that we can see the result on the Flutter screen here, virtual device. Okay, moment, we can see the result here. Okay, before the results show here, we can see the script. Maybe there is something wrong, or not enough a script, or something wrong. Okay, we can see this one. Okay, I can see the script. We cannot run it. So this one, okay, maybe it's better to wait, yeah, maybe half second more, half minute I mean, not half second. We can see the result. Okay, unfortunately this time speed of internet not too fast, very slow. So this this effect, or this is become our project to make a long time to run this project. Okay, running task Gradle immediately, but we need more time because the speed of internet too slow. I don't know, usually it's make faster than this one, because on my home I use 30 megabyte per second, but this maybe there is something wrong on my operator. Or something wrong with my computer. I don't know, maybe next after finish this project I can check why the speed of internet too slow this time. Hurry up please, why this take a long time? We have more than 1 minute to run this script. Usually just 1 minute. So what happened here? So long. So stop. Oh, okay. Try again. Why this even take a long time? Oh my god. Hurry up please. Click. Okay, and then try to start debugging again. Okay, I think this one, before we process this data from the backend, I think after we run this Flutter, so the Flutter must initiate the data from the backend before we click or we push something on my Flutter. So the Flutter must be run automatically, the initiate program to run this, to send this link to the backend, and then the backend script will run and return data to the Flutter. I think we don't execute this on my script, so after this one I must run this get data from the backend, run first automatically before we click something on my Flutter. Why this too long? Oh, maybe we must this one close here, maybe there is too long. Okay, this one close to make our faster. Oh my god, this is too late, too slow. Okay, maybe a few seconds more, the result will be display or will show on the virtual device. Okay. Hello. Where is the main menu here? Okay, this is the main menu. Okay, I think we must make a complete this script. Okay, this one. This class or this function we must run before initiate program. Init, click here. Okay, this one. We must run the get data here. Get data. Okay. Complete. Okay. We click here, read all data. Okay. Because after, if we see the stepping the script after we run, okay, maybe we see this one. After we run the script, before we tap something here, so the backend script will show on this one. Okay, but once more we can put this one action button to make it simple. Copy. Okay, we can see this one. Okay, this before scaffold we copy this, we paste it to this one. Okay. Oh, why? Oh, my app, this is main dot, yeah, main menu, my app, this one. Okay, my app, we must copy this to my script. Import. Main menu. Main dot. Okay. So if we want to see the stepping, we stop the first here, and then maybe terminate the bugging session. Okay, after that we run again. See the debug console. This initiate state. Okay, why this one black? This one, I mean, okay. We'll run, get the data. This is the first time after we run this script or this application, this initiate state will run the get data. The get data, this one, get data from the backend, we can see on this console. Okay. See this one, we can see the JSON like this. This JSON result to run this automatically, yeah. The read all like this, read all will run after this Gradle running finish, and then we can see the JSON result. JSON result come from here. Okay, and then we make a print the result, no, and after that we can see the JSON data on this console. Okay, maybe this take a long time, 1 minute or more. Okay, because we want to know the stepping. If we run this project, so this is run firstly, get data, this is the script. Oh, too late, too small, the speed is not faster, very slow. Okay, maybe few seconds we can see this one, the result, the JSON data from the backend. This is the backend script, https mediumsystempool.com / CRUD-REST API / readall.php. This is if the script is running, so we can see the result. This is backend written. This is we print to the JSON data on the debug console. Okay, because this is run first, if we don't use this menu directly to the result table, result read all record table. So because this is not the main menu, if the main menu automatically run this script. Okay, so we must we must click here. Oh, okay, we have. Okay, we click here, read all. We can see this one, the JSON data here. Okay, this is the JSON data. Okay. Okay, I think this is back to main menu again. Yeah, back to main menu again. This is the script. I have mentioned before. This is the script, the floating action button. Back to my app. This is main menu. Okay, I think for this time on this project we have finished. Before we close, I make explanation before. Okay, this is project number 41D. It is about how to read data from database and show it on the Flutter table. Okay, this is a Flutter table. Before we make coding, we must know about workflow logical thinking, this one. From number 1 to number 2, number 3, number 4. Is it makes sense to your mind? If makes sense, I think this is, we have 50% finished about my project. If we know about this logical thinking and make sense to our mind. Okay, next demo project. We have a demo project, and this one more detail about this project from the Flutter, send to the backend, and from the backend return back JSON data to this Flutter and convert to data model and show the result by using this widget to the virtual device. Okay, next, this is if we have 3 read input here, so we have 16 possibility. For this one, we have 5 possibility. This one read. This one, yeah, 1, 2, 3. This is read data, and then one update data, one delete data. So become 5 the output. This one also we have 5 output. This is 1 read, 2 read, 3 read, and this one, and this read we have 1 update and 1 delete. So this one 5 2, this is a 5. 3 input become 15.5 plus 1 add data. So the possibility total is 16 possibility. But now we have make 4 read input. So the total possibility become 21. Okay, this one 1 read input become 5 output. Yeah, this is 3 4 read, 1 update, 1 delete. Okay, so the subtotal become a 5 5 5 5. Its read input 5. So the total read input this one 5 point 5 become 4.5 become 20 plus 1 data, the equals is 21. Okay, this is I have mentioned before. So now this is project number 4 from 21. Okay, we have mentioned why JSON, this one, because from backend and front end we have JSON. This is interconnection. And then why become data model? Okay, we need the data model for converting JSON data, query data record from backend, this one. Okay, and also to the Flutter field. This is record, but in this one we want to have a fields. This is a record, this is a parameter. So to make the result on this one, we must need a converter data model to convert all data record become parameter, and also not record here, but we want to use its field. Okay, next, this is my simple database, and from database we just use 4 field. This one, student ID, student name, major, and phone. Okay, this is my database. This is JSON data. Okay, from the JSON data we make a convert to have a field and also parameter, not a record. Okay, now we have mentioned all data. This is why when we don't need the data model, if we convert just one, we can directly convert from the record to the field. We don't make one data model to convert all the data records to data model. Why? Oh, too much our page. Okay, I think this time enough. Thank you for times to watching my video. If you learn something today and you a new subscriber, please subscribe my YouTube channel and make a comment if you have a question. please write down on this and please write down your statement or your question on this project. Thank you for time. See you next time. Bye bye.